This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. It's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. Isn't
Wednesday.
it? Okay, good. It's Wednesday. Okay, I was making sure, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
I was like,
you guys doing okay? Everybody good? Feeling fine?
got some new crystals yesterday. I'm good, protecting my energy.
And tell me, what is your main one? I heard citrine is for money.
Money, money, money.
There you go. Citrine, everyone.
Slide one of those over here.
I got you later.
I need a boulder. All right, did you all see this? This is huge. The first popular vote on abortion, in nearly 50 years took place yesterday in the deep red state of Kansas. The results, they may surprise you. Almost 6 in 10 voted to keep abortion rights, and that is with a 99% of the vote counted. Now, the vote was expected to be close, but it really wasn't. So what do you think of this and the fact that it happened in a deep, deep red state? I think it was 59% to 41%. And just so you know, the number of Republicans in Kansas far outweigh the number of Democrats, but this was an enormous statement when we have midterm elections coming up. What do you think?
I think we had a lot of conversation about where people are going to lie on the abortion and how they feel. This is the first time that it was actually on the ballot for people to vote on, and we see where Americans stand, kind of like where the whole country stands.
Kansas
it's a very
is such
similar
a good
number, right?
Yeah.
So it was a good example of how people feel about this. But I know there's a lot of talk about how it translates into November. I think that there's an overwhelming amount of issues that people need to vote on in November, including the economy and a bunch of other stuff. So I think perhaps it will translate, but we saw that people overwhelmingly want their states to respond to them. And I'm happy that we're taking it out of the Supreme Court's hands and putting it into the hands of the people to say, this is how I want to be represented. This is how I want my body to be handled. And now we can finally have this in law, and hopefully it doesn't change.
Yeah, I think come 2020, well, we're going to vote this year, midterm elections, but come 2024, I think we are going to break records on the number of voters that come out to vote, right?
And why do you think that is?
Because people, I feel like, haven't been heard, and they kind of just like, you know what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I think they kind of just, I was one of those people, right? And now it's like, you know what, my vote counts, and what's happening in America is not right. To have two people that don't belong there and say, well, this guy's better than that guy, but both of them shouldn't be there, is insane. And we're the top priority in the whole world. We're the #1 country. Not with that attitude. Anyways, getting on to this. I want to make sure people understand, because again, I'm very average, right? I'm an average guy. When you say upheld, what am I saying? What was upheld? What the Constitution says? What the Supreme Court just overturned in Roe versus Wade? What their state says? So when you say vote to upheld, I would be curious to say what the exact language is, what you're voting on. Because if you start to confuse people or put in some words people don't understand, you might be voting for the wrong thing.
Totally, and it's super clear. This really has nothing to do with Roe v. Wade. It's in response to it, but it's all about Kansas, the state. And the state Supreme Court was going to make to say we are not going to have abortion. And then they said, well, we're going to have an amendment. Excuse me, the Supreme Court said abortion is legal like it has been forever. Kansas was going to have an amendment saying that it isn't. They just voted no on that amendment, meaning they turned down an amendment that would have ended abortion care, and they agreed that abortion care should be a female's choice or a person who can give birth's choice. And what's crazy to me...
So I am still confused, to be perfectly honest with you. 6 out of 10 people, and the language I understand is it's a woman's choice. Is that what you're saying?
It is up to the woman and the medical doctor.
Up to 22 weeks.
Okay,
right?
yeah. I understand that.
Totally.
Upheld what? I don't understand what that means.
There was an amendment that was going to be on there.
I don't understand amendment.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm speaking
it's too much
for the average person.
I totally
If you
hear
just say the amendment was upheld by the ship that sailed overseas, what? I don't know what you're saying. It sounds like a math problem.
I hear you, and it's very easy to totally kind of go like this and not hear it. But just so you know, every state has a constitution, and they have their own amendments, and instead of allowing it, they cut it. I tried to do it in the best way.
That's like Schoolhouse Rock.
But I think you need to talk to the American people kind of like grade school, right?
Absolutely.
Like, just say, do you want to vote for a women's choice? This is what the vote's for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I appreciate that. And a lot of people, women in Kansas said today my state stood up and chose to believe in me. So I appreciate that, Kansas. Let us know if you disagree, though. We know a lot of people do. We got another story on this topic, but this time from Georgia. This is very hard to understand. So again, just like Jeff said, it's very confusing. They've got a new law banning abortions after 6 weeks, and it contains all sorts of rights for the unborn. So very different than Kansas. For example, pregnant residents now in Georgia can claim embryos still in the uterus as dependents on their state taxes. They could claim a $3,000 tax credit. Embryos and fetuses will also be considered, quote, legal residents that will be counted on the census. Mothers will now be able to get child support as soon as you can hear a heartbeat. That's about 6 weeks, according to many doctors. And fathers will be required to pay, if that's how, of course, how the argument landed. But the new law also raises a bunch of questions, like, what do you do if you have a miscarriage? And I say that gracefully. I know that's difficult to hear. What do you guys all think of this? I'm going to also throw out surrogacy in here. And if you're on a census, do I need to know the gender of my 6-week-old fetus to know for a census? Are you mandating that I find out the gender of my baby?
I think a lot of doctors are uncomfortable with providing any healthcare information over to the federal government or even local governments just because they want a tax break. But I do think, as somebody who just had a baby, that it is very expensive, more than people discuss, to have the actual baby and the 9 months leading up to the baby. And so any tax break, or not a break, but I think this is a tax, something that will leave
like
you with a couple $100. Yeah, a couple $100 would help with all those expenses. And so that is important. I think a lot of people have argued that if conservatives are going to say that they want people to have babies, make sure you're supporting the mom and the babies along the entire process of life, even after the baby's born. And I think this is one example that could possibly help. They give some real information about how, and reporters have been asking locally in Georgia a lot about what the details of this is and how you're going to find out some of the questions that you just raised. And they said, we'll get back to you before the end of the year, basically. So, you know, it's really open-ended right now, and there's no real answer.
It's a slippery slope if this fetus is a real person and you're counted in the census. My religion does not believe that in Judaism. So I don't know what we're basing that on. The law isn't like that. What do you think about this, Jeff?
Well, it's $3,000 tax credit. It's not a couple hundred. It's a couple thousand. So if you have double twins in there, triplets, is that 9,000?
Yeah,
is that 6,000?
Right.
If you're a father paying child support and something unfortunately does happen, do you expect to get that money back?
Is there a death certificate?
What I'm very confused. I don't like that it goes into some sort of census, that it's counted as a person. Towards what?
Right.
What sort of census is an unborn baby going towards? What count are you
counting it as a human.
I think it's a very slippery slope. I don't like it. There are things in place right now. You get tax credits when you do have a baby. We have 2 babies. We got a tax credit, right? There's things in place that the government does. But just giving away money or giving away tax credits for something that's not 100% here yet is a very slippery slope. And putting them on some government forms, I do not like.
Yeah, I just very much worries me the implications of what it means if this at 6 weeks is a human, what that means to everything else opens up a large possibility. And what's weird is Kansas and Georgia, you think they're kind of the same politically. They are vastly different on this issue, vastly. So let us know what you think. If you are surprised by Kansas as much as I was, let us know. Coming up on DBL, we are joined by professional astrologers. What do our zodiac signs predict for the rest of 2022? The Astro twins tell us. And Beyonce makes another change to her album. We'll tell you why Monica Lewinsky is now chiming in.
Closed captioning provided by...
I think it is one of those stories we're all going to be like, what? So raised you.
Why am I right all the time?
Welcome to another week of Jeff's Mustache.
Am I going crazy?
Do you feel like my hair is receding? No. Okay, good. You were getting way up in there. I was like, wow, it's going back pretty far.
I just thought it would
Got to get that shine out. I got
I
it.
feel like Jeff can do a hair commercial. Don't you guys agree?
A Bosley?
You can do a hair commercial. I don't know what it'd be for. Whatever you want to sell.
Right.
Oh, like a hair product?
Yeah, a product.
Because this is all natural.
Be a hair model is what she said.
Oh,
I think you
yeah.
can do a hair commercial.
I'll do
I don't know if it's like Head and Shoulders, whatever it is. Just
little
like
Supercuts commercial?
yeah, and then shake your head, and I feel like it does your hair a product in it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So without it, does it kind of like go back and forth and wiggle?
No, it kind of looks looks like this, but super gray. So when I get out, depending on like if I
All one color?
Gotcha.
it's all but if I don't put anything in, it's super gray, right? But then if I get out of the shower and I don't really blow dry and I put product in, it looks a little darker, like this, you know?
Yeah, because the water absorbs the moisture, so it makes it look
darker. But if I don't have anything in it, it's like really gray.
remember that.
It's
Got it.
weird. So it does kind of look
That's when she
darker
came out
if
with,
there's
like, I
product or
don't
It
water.
looks like there's highlights right now. Like you got,
It's a natural.
yeah,
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah. It just naturally grew like this.
We feel like that a lot.
Really?
I went gray early too.
It's a good gray. It's like an ombre gray. It's nice.
You know why? Because there's not really any product in here. You know what I mean?
So intentionally.
No, it's just because my hair's. I have colic here. I have colic here. I have a colic
What's
here. I have a
colic?
colic. A colic is like when your hair grows all like crazy.
Oh.
You know, like so, like a cowlick.
Cowlick?
Like a colic or cowlick? Like a.
Because I thought colic was the baby when they couldn't.
Where'd they get that name
I was
from?
like colic.
If a cow licks you, your hair's.
Oh, really?
I agree.
Is that real?
Because I was like,
Oh.
I remember colic with Kinsley, but I don't remember it meaning that. That's
Oh,
why
I
I
have
asked
a
you.
cowlick.
Yeah, it means a cow licking it, like a.
See, it like stands up.
Welcome back. Beyonce can't seem to catch a break. That's not really true. She's doing fine.
a ton of breaks.
Queen Bee has removed a sample of Khalees's song Milkshake from her song Energy after Khalees said she wasn't notified about the sample. We did this on the show. And she called out Beyonce for, quote, theft. The new version of Beyonce's song is now streaming, and Khalees's name has been removed from the credits. Meantime, as we mentioned, another one of Beyonce's songs had to be revamped over the use of the word spaz that some might find offensive. Again, it's a disabling, ableist slur. Spaz means something medically about what people do in certain medical conditions. Well, that prompted Monica Lewinsky to chime in. She wants Beyonce to remove a lyric from her 2013 song Partition, which refers to Monica's affair with Bill Clinton. Monica replied to a tweet about Beyonce's lyric change with, quote, while we're at it, hashtag partition. Now, I'm not going to tell you the lyric. Feel free to look it up, but it is a pretty graphic lyric. It's a little, mentions the dress, if you will.
Oh, I gotcha.
And again, I don't think Monica's tweet was very like, change it. It was a tweet.
Well, she said she was offended because she was an actual fan of Beyonce. So to hear her name, I mean, this is not the first time by far that anybody in a song has mentioned Monica
Eminem,
Lewinsky.
Miley Cyrus.
Right. So
yes.
she just obviously loved Beyonce the most, maybe, and really felt
That's what she
offended
said.
by
I'm
it.
a huge fan.
But I thought I was surprised about how quickly Beyonce removed and changed her lyrics. I mean, we're talking about a 24-hour span. She got a complaint, and the song was changed. Like, I was trying to listen for the difference yesterday, and it must have been so minuscule
That much.
that I didn't even hear it. I was confused. I'm thinking the whole song, because Energy is my favorite song on the album. I'm like, oh my God, the album's gonna sound different, and it just sounds the same.
It sounds the same.
So, I mean, I'm glad she addressed it, but you know, I know that you hate cancel culture, so I'd love to hear your thoughts about.
Well, my whole thing is like, people are coming for Beyonce because they want to get their name out there. That's plain and simple. Khalees doesn't even own the rights to that song. So her complaining is not even, she doesn't even get anything from it. And Beyonce was nice enough to put her on there,
But she
not
doesn't-
Pharrell.
Right, but not the song. So she does feel a little
But she
hurt.
doesn't own the song. I
Right.
get that she feels hurt. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's all. Here's what I'm saying. I said it on Monday's show, on a different show, and I said when you give a person an inch, you know, they're going to take a foot, and that was wrong. I guess it's a mile.
Yeah,
Me and Karen talked about it.
saying is that?
The saying was wrong, but the point is that when you say okay and you bow down to the government or to this, or producers bow down to this, or your boss bow down to this in the workplace, you're giving someone an inch, and they're going to take a mile. This is taking a mile. Monica Lewinsky now is coming out, and she's like, well, I want this removed. You're going to hear someone else come out and say, hey, you know what? I want you to correct this. Hey, could you please correct this? And Beyonce did the right thing. Lizzo's trying to do the right thing, and just say, like, listen, I'm going to do the right thing and take it out. But then more people come, and more people come, and more people. And then when does it end? Everybody wants something corrected from the past, and it never ends. People have to start saying no. How about this? No. I don't care how you feel about it.
Or just don't address it. I'd rather than say
But then
no.
if you don't address it, you're a bad guy too.
See, I think can I be honest? I think Beyonce, first of all, won't address Monica Lewinsky. And I don't think Monica Lewinsky really needed her to. I think she was just making a statement being like, yeah, while we're at it, could we change this? I don't think she's like, how dare you? Do you know what I mean? And I think, as she said, I'm a big fan of Beyonce. I think it was just a little oomph. But from now on, spaz or anything like that has got to be taken out.
Or maybe there's a 24-hour window that you can make a formal complaint.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
But
You can't have like 10 years and say, hey, by the way, change this lyric. I know she complained then, but like now the dust is settled. Leave it alone.
I don't think they're going to change anything, but I think it's funny, and that's sort of the way Monica Lewinsky tweets, is always about like, what about me back in the day? You know what I mean? So I don't think she meant anything by it, but when you do have an ableist slur and you are able to take it out quickly, like Lizzo and Beyonce, I don't think that's a problem. That's some discernment there.
I just talked for like 10 minutes. What do you want from me?
Well, I see David saying wrap it up,
me
so
too.
it's time to go.
Yeah.
Coming up on DBL, if you're skeptical about astrology, you have to meet the Astro Twins. They tell us what's written in the stars for us and DBL, and that's coming up next. Y'all, Nancy Pelosi's on tour! An Asian tour. Exciting news, right? Wrong. It could mean disaster. Why? All because of a little stopover in Taiwan. Why is that a big deal? Because it's the first time in 25 years a U.S. House Speaker has stepped down there, and that's all because of a little issue of who's in charge of the island nation. Let me explain. According to the Taiwan people, Taiwan is a self-governing island, but China never seemed to get that memo. The Chinese government believes Taiwan is their territory and completely under their control. There is an explosive amount of friction between these two countries, and now we've sprinkled the U.S. into the mix with Pelosi's visit, which gives legitimacy to the people's claim. Now, before the visit, the Chinese issued a statement that was crystal Pepsi clear. Foreign Minister spokesman Zhao Lijian said, "We would like to tell the U.S. once again, the Chinese People's Liberation Army will never sit idly by. China will take strong countermeasures to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. As for what measures, if she dares to go, then let's wait and see." Unquote. Yo, not good. So, with U.S.-Chinese tensions already at an all-time high, Pelosi surprised everyone, including myself, by touching down Tuesday in Taiwan in a major political move, as the visit wasn't even on her public itinerary. In fact, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said before she landed, quote, "We don't know what Speaker Pelosi intends to do. The decision is entirely on the Speaker." So, we've made the Chinese mad, and they've threatened countermeasures. What'll they do? Well, we don't know. The world will have to wait and see, but what we do know is that Pelosi's recent touchdown was heard loud and clear in China. Now you know. Do you believe that love is really written in the stars? Do you guys in the studio? No. Okay, well, you're about to find out. Earlier, we spoke to the creators of the new Amazon Prime show, Cosmic Love, who also happen to be professional astrologers and identical twins. They even read the stars for us and told us the future of DBL. So check out our interview with the Astro Twins, Tali and Ophira Adut. Hello. We're all cosmically curious, so let's get right into it. You're identical twins. You're born 4 minutes apart, so your birth charts are basically the same. And I just wanted to know, as twins, have y'all had the same kind of luck in love, or have you taken different paths?
Slightly different. She's luckier than Ophie's the luckier one, I think. You know,
Yeah.
you get them. They like to commit to you. I like to experiment and be wild.
We're Sagittarians. Half human, half horse.
I don't know if it's
She took
love
the horse
or
side.
just choices, personal choices.
Okay, well, as a Sagittarius, I love this. So tell us about your show, Cosmic Love.
Yes, you know.
Tell us about your show, Cosmic Love. What do you have to say to people who don't believe that love is written in the stars?
Well, watch Cosmic Love. It's kind of like a mashup of The Bachelor and astrology. So we've seen all the dating shows, but never like this. So you inject some astrology in there, and it changes the whole game, because all of a sudden you're dating with a little cheat sheet or a roadmap. And yeah, so it really gives people the confidence to kind of, it's like an icebreaker when you're meeting someone, and a little bit of a hint of what you're getting into.
We invite the non-believers to watch
Please.
because, most people just know their sun sign, but we get into your moon sign, your rising sign.
Everything.
Every planet was in a different zodiac sign when you were born. So, you know, Noel, our Pisces, one of the 4 elements, he didn't know anything really except that he was a Pisces. And as he learned about his chart, he was fascinating. I think a lot of non-believers will have that experience as they go through the show and look up their own signs too.
Well, we are excited. The 3 of us are believers, child. Okay, so now that we have you here, we want to know what's in our stars. Now, I'm an Aquarius and want to focus on myself, but still keep the income flowing, if you know what I mean. So what's in the stars about work-life balance for me?
Everything right now. It's work, life, family, and love balance for Aquarius. Right now and all August especially, you're in the thick of it. You're having to rearrange every single part of your life so that you can focus on yourself.
But Saturn, which is a planet of challenges, is in Aquarius until next March. So you're like finishing up this 3-year journey of like self-knowledge, but you'll be able to monetize that next March.
Yeah. Right now, just get your life back in proportion. Yeah.
Okay. All right, love it.
Well, as I told you guys, I'm a Sagittarius, and my 1-year-old daughter is a Leo. I already know how that's going to go. So tell me, how do you see these signs interacting down the road?
Our mom is a Leo, and we're Sagittarius. It's a great,
I have a Leo stepdaughter, and they're both fire signs. It's such a fun combination. You have a playmate. I know she's only 1, but you're going to have a best friend and playmate, and Leos are such loyal kids. They really look up to a strong parental, especially maternal role model. So perfect combo there.
It was in the stars for me.
It was in the stars. I love it. Okay, well, how about this, ladies? Our show's birthday, DBL, is September 18th, 2017. What's in store for us for the rest of 2022? Is like an Emmy?
Let's see, the show is a Virgo. Maybe some new sponsors or some heavy hitters that you start working with.
Segments on justice, beauty, anything that has segments on relationships,
wellness.
but just allowing bringing in that consciousness with every topic that you touch on is going to really make the show connect to people more.
That's like the beauty of our show, I think. That's beautiful. That's amazing.
Tell her what her life's going to be. She needs to know.
No, I wanted to know if Capricorns have anxiety, is there anything I can use in my Capricorn to help my anxiety?
Getting outside in nature, long game, you gotta just pare down the goals. You know, it's like the anxiety comes when you're doing too many things at once. You just really, the multitasking is the enemy. So
you got to cut off the people that siphon off your strengths.
And also chiropractic, because Capricorn rules the spine. It can actually help your nervous system.
Whoa, thank you. DBL Nation, make sure you check out the premiere of Cosmic Love on Amazon Prime Video, which will drop all 10 episodes so we can binge on August 12th. So you can see it for yourself.
I can't wait to hear what you think.
I can't wait either, if love is truly written in the stars. Thank you, ladies, so much for your insight. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We're in the dog days of summer as temperatures peak nationwide. While we're doing almost anything to keep ourselves cool, our dogs are also panting just as much as we're sweating. So here are 3 fast facts about hot weather and dogs. First, a viral Facebook post warns owners should avoid giving their dogs ice cubes because it can cause their body temperature to increase. So, let's verify. Is it dangerous to give ice cubes to dogs? These are our sources. You've probably seen dogs lapping up water after playing on a hot day, but the American Kennel Club warns if they drink too much water at once, it can cause water intoxication, which can lead to vomiting, bloat, and, in severe cases, can be deadly. Instead, they recommend giving dogs ice cubes to slow their water intake until they're calmer, while also helping to safely reduce their body temperature. The Kennel Club says claims that ice cubes can increase a dog's body temperature are not true. So, no, it is not dangerous to give ice cubes to dogs. Next, you know the expression, "it's so hot you can fry an egg on the street"? Remember, dogs walk on that same street, barefoot. So can hot asphalt injure a dog's feet? These are our sources. On a picture-perfect 70-degree day, then your dog is fine to walk on the pavement. But the American Kennel Club says if it's hotter than 85 degrees outside, then the asphalt is likely too hot. This is because asphalt absorbs heat. At 85 degrees, the pavement can be as hot as 135 degrees. And at 100 degrees, vet Ed Faulkner says pavement can reach 160 degrees. Those temperatures are hot enough to cause blisters and burns on your dog's paws. Shallowford Animal Hospital recommends putting your hand on the ground, and if it's too hot for you to keep it there for 10 seconds, then it's too hot for your dog. So yes, hot pavement can injure a dog's feet. Finally, while we're talking about paws, have you seen posts like these claiming dogs sweat through their paws? So let's verify using these sources. The American Kennel Club says dogs have two types of sweat glands. The ones on their bodies release pheromones, but not sweat. This is because most dogs are covered in fur, which wouldn't allow the sweat to evaporate and keep them cool. The other type of gland is on their paws, and those release a bit of sweat. So yes, dogs do sweat through their paws, but it's not the primary way they stay cool. That would be through panting, according to Dr. Faulkner, which causes moisture to evaporate from their tongues, nose, and lungs. Dogs still rely on their humans for help when it's hot, so it's important to watch for the signs of heat exhaustion, like excessive panting or drooling, dizziness or weakness, and then get them indoors and give them cool water, or a few ice cubes. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter answers your questions, clarifies what's true and false, and even includes a daily fun fact. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Welcome back to DBL. We all need to protect our skin on sunny days, but especially those who are taking certain medications. Here's how to safely enjoy life outside with Sunsetter. So certain antibiotics and over-the-counter medicines can cause you to be more sensitive to the sun, and it can cause your skin to burn more easily. Be sure to talk to your pharmacist or doctor about the side effects of your medication before long-term sun exposure. With affordable custom features without the custom price, Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning. Spend more time outside, get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years. Call 1-800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings that are built to last. Good to know. I have to move from a very happy thing about the sun to this, but it's also happy. We are remembering just such an icon, Vin Scully, who for 67 years was the announcer for the Dodgers baseball games. He died yesterday at his home in LA. He was 94 years old. Scully began his career in 1950 when he was just 22 and when the Dodgers still played in Brooklyn. And for years, fans at Dodger Stadium heard him usher in the game with this iconic phrase.
And now, if you want to join me again, it's time for Dodger Baseball.
Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, iconic. He's what Harry Carey was to Chicago, right? And that voice will always be remembered.
Absolutely. Rest in peace. We'll see you tomorrow.